Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2, Chapter 1.1, 1.6 review. Now, I know there's already one video for this, but there's a couple problems that were not on the video. So we're going to go through a couple of these. Now, we got to go all the way back up. So here's one of them. Complement and supplement. Now, I already go through one of the videos on how to do this. Just remember that supplement, you want the two angles to add up to 180. So if you take 180 minus your angle, you're going to find out what the supplement is. The complement is when you take 90 minus 64 and you find out what that missing angle is. I'm not going to go through that work. I'm just going to show you how to do that. Okay? All right. I believe number 9 was another one where you need to know the difference between circumference and area. All right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, circumference equals 2 pi r, which means that area is pi r squared. Okay. So for circumference, you're plugging in the radius, which is 14. So it would be 2 times pi times 14. And remember, you can multiply in any order. 2 times 14 would get you that the circumference is 28 pi, and we're talking about feet. And now for area, you're using pi r squared. So we would have pi times 14 squared. All right. And 14 squared, you should be using your multiplication charts for that, right? Otherwise, you're doing it the old school way where you're doing 14 times 14. Okay? But when we do it, we get area equals 196 pi feet squared. Okay? All right, number 10. Number 10, you have to find the area and the perimeter. But when you're finding perimeter, just know that we have two missing sides here that we don't know what they are. Okay, so we have to find out what those are. All right, let's talk about the yellow. 10 plus that missing piece, or 10 is the same as 4 plus that missing piece. So 4 plus what gives you 10? Whoop. 4 plus what? Well, it should be 4 plus 6, right? Yeah, okay. So we have 6 meters there. And then on the bottom, we have 6 plus what gives us 20. And that should be 14. Okay, so when we're trying to find the perimeter, we have to add up all of those sides. So here we go. The perimeter equals 6 plus 6 plus 14 plus 4 plus 20 plus 10. Make sure that you're getting all of those, and then you can start breaking them off into partners. Okay? And then we get that the perimeter equals 60 meters. Okay? Now for area, I would break it down into two shapes. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna break it off. And then we have our yellow and the blue. Okay, so we would take the area of the yellow, which is 6 times 10, and then we would add that with the area of the blue, which is 4 times 14. Okay, so there's our blue, and there's our yellow. Okay, 6 times 10 is 60. And then you guys are using your multiplication tables. 4 times 14, 56. And then when you add those two together, if you need to line them up vertically, please do that. We get that area equals 116 meters squared. All right, number 14. I think 14 is a little bit different than the other video. So let's go through 14. All right. We only have addition and subtraction here. So all we have to do is follow this from left to right. We're starting off with -9 minus 7. If you need to do the clicks to see that they're both negative, and we just add the numbers up. So we have -16, and then everything else stays the same, +4 minus 10. So next we would do the -16 plus 4. Those signs are different. So we subtract them and we get -12. And then we have -12 minus 10. That would be another click. And we get -22. All right, and then 19. 19 we're going to break down. We're going to do the top, and then we're going to do the bottom. Okay, so the top is 6 parentheses 7 minus 3 plus 1. We do inside the parentheses first. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay, and then we would multiply. 6 times 4 is 24, and 24 plus 1 is 25. So the top is 25. I'm going to rewrite the bottom. Okay, and we do inside the parentheses first. Okay, 8 minus 1 is 7. And now inside the parentheses we have multiplication. Okay. Inside the parentheses now we have subtraction. 3 minus 14, which would be -11. Okay, and then we would multiply. 2 times -11 is -22. And then -22 minus 3 would be -25. So that's the answer to the bottom. And then we would want to reduce that. 25 divided by -25 would give us a -1. Okay, and then 20 says find the additive and multiplicative inverse of 4/15. Well, for the additive inverse, if that's a positive 4/15, we would want to subtract 4/15. Okay, we would do the opposite. Okay, and for multiplicative inverse, that's where we would multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so we would flip the fraction and multiply. Okay. All right, guys, so hopefully those two videos together will help you out. If you have any other questions before you take the test, make sure to come see Ms. Carranza and myself. We would love to help you out. That's why we get paid the big bucks. Well, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2, Chapter 1.1, 1.6 review. Thanks for watching.